Hello and welcome back to Would You Rather. I'm davidinark and we're back here in Would You Rather to answer life's most pressing questions like this one. Would you rather eat only chewed up food from out of a toothless elderly person's mouth or eat only chewed up food from out of a young chain smoker's mouth? Great. Food for thought. And it says the old person has bad breath. Young smoker is just ordinary looking. What does either of those have to do with the choice? I don't care if the old person's breath smelled like mint, eating food out of anybody else's mouth. All right. So if I have to pick one of these, though, this is really one of the grossest ones we've come across so far. I'm going to say, to tell you the truth, look, I once upon a time, I dated this girl, but not dated isn't the right word. We saw each other for a little while, I guess. I guess dated is the word. She was a smoker. I couldn't take it. I just couldn't handle that taste, that smell. So I'm going to have to go with the elderly person's mouth just because I know what it's like to basically breathe in that from a smoker, and I just can't. I just can't. So, well, 55-45. That's a pretty even split. So let's just move on, shall we? All right. Would you rather win an Oscar or win the Nobel Prize? Wow. We may have actually had this one before. I don't truly remember, but I will say this. I would probably rather win an Oscar because I think that would be easier of the two. I'm certainly not going to win a Nobel Prize for peace. I'm certainly not going to win one in any of the sciences. And if you've read any of the books I've published, you know I'm not going to win a Nobel Prize for any kind of writing or journalism or you name it. So I'm going to go with an Oscar just because there's a much better chance that I would win one for some bizarro reason. So, wow, many more people would much rather win a Nobel Prize. Well, kudos to you. Keep striving. Hope you get it. If you do, and for some crazy reason you watch the channel, by all means, leave a comment down below. Let me know. I want to hear your story about your Nobel Prize. I think that would be very cool. By the way, if you happen to win an Oscar, I'll take that too, man. Put it down in the comments below. We'll get in touch. I don't know, maybe we'll do some kind of special collab or something. I don't know. All right. Would you rather hang out with Pooh Bear or hang out with Baloo from the Jungle Book? Oh, come on. There's no contest for me. There's no contest. And I would love to know right now. Take a moment, leave a comment, and put down what you think I'm going to say before this video continues. I'll count to 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Did you get it? You got it in your head? It's not Pooh Bear. It's Baloo. Come on, man. Oh, how do you not want to hang out with Baloo from the Jungle Book? Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Man, still, once again, almost an even split, 45-55. I could see hanging out with Pooh Bear, but no, really, come on. Baloo, dude, it's got to be Baloo. All right. Would you rather never play a game on your, never again play a game on your computer, or never again play a console or portable device game? Well, if you've been around my channel, you know the answer to that one for me. I'm a PC gamer from before. Actually, what's funny is I actually obviously, well, I can't say obviously, but I started on consoles. We didn't call them that back then. But I had Pong when it was a standalone game, then the Atari and Intellivision. I don't think I actually had any other consoles after that. I think I jumped to well, no, that'd be about right. That's about when I moved to my Commodore 64, which in some regards is considered a console with a keyboard. But I moved to my Commodore 64. Then that's when I jumped from there into PCs and never looked back. I'm a PC gamer. That's just the way it is. Now, my kids, my son especially, especially when he was younger, was definitely a console kid. He had N64 and I can't remember if he had a PS1. I can't remember if he had an original PlayStation. I don't know. He had several consoles. Now he does either one, as a lot of you guys do. You play either way. But I would rather never again play a console or portable device game. I'm good with that. Wow. Most of you would rather never play a game on the computer. That tells you right there. That gives you a really good indication. Excuse me. A really good indication of the definitely the break and the age difference. I would guess that's a lot to do with the age difference between the folks who answer these kinds of questions, play this kind of game. Actually, I'm guessing I'm probably one of the oldest people who even mess around with Would You Rather, but I think it's fun. It's cool. All right. So anyway, I would rather never play a console again. Most folks, by a vast majority, would rather never play a game on a PC. That's so sad. So sad. All right. Would you rather be known for interrupting Taylor Swift or be known for smacking Rihanna? Okay, well, I don't want to be known for smacking anybody, especially a woman, so I would rather be known for interrupting Taylor Swift. Just call me Kanye. All right. So 69% also would rather interrupt Taylor Swift than be known for smacking Rihanna. And I would be very curious to know if a lot of those responses are because it's the fact that you're smacking someone, let alone you're smacking a woman. That's just baloney, man. No, not happening. I'd rather interrupt Taylor Swift. So there you go. All right. Would you rather own a pet snake or own a pet turtle? I've never had a pet snake. Technically speaking, we had a pet turtle. It was one of those tiny little fish tank type turtles. We didn't know at the time that when you put a fish tank turtle in with fish, the only thing you end up with is a turtle. So yeah, it ate the fish, much to my daughter's chagrin and sadness. It was not a good time. So, of the two, which would I rather own? Honestly, I don't want a snake anyhow. I would much rather have a pet turtle, preferably a box turtle, but I would keep it like in a... Actually, I probably wouldn't even keep it, to tell you the truth. But between the two, I'll take a turtle. Oh, look at there. Most folks would also rather have a turtle than a snake. And I'm sure that has to do a lot with just snakes in general. But it also never made sense to me that in order to own a pet snake, in order to feed this thing, you have to go buy or capture food. So theoretically, we're going to go buy food. I'm going to go buy live mice to feed to my snake. That's not happening. I'm not doing that, man. Just not. I'm not going there. More power to you if you do. I'm just not. That is not me. Okay. Would you rather live forever or until the end of the universe? 42. There's a restaurant there. Or die right now with no afterlife. What? All right. You couldn't die until every other human being died, or you would die right now and you'd have no heaven, hell, next life, whatever. Oh, okay. So you could live forever until you were the absolute last person, and then you would die and presumably go to heaven if that's your thing. It happens to be my thing. It may not be your thing. Or die right now with absolutely no afterlife. The lights go out. That's it. I actually used to believe that. That's where my core belief system was really up till I was about, 18 or so. And then I really started questioning some of the things that science can't quite explain. And for multiple other reasons, researching different religions and different beliefs, and really, ultimately, that's how I became a Christian. And so the thought of going back to that way of thinking, the way I used to think, where, once you die, that's it, the lights go out and there's nothing else. And frankly, for me, that particular mentality means that there's basically no purpose in life. For me, the purpose in life is to do what I can to spread some joy, some happiness, bring a smile to people's face. Try not to be too ugly in terms of, personality, just being mean and that kind of stuff. It happens. I'm human. We're all human, sometimes stuff happens. But also that ultimately I believe that there's something after this. I don't exactly know what it is. I mean, sure, I'm Christian, so it's called heaven. And if you are a Bible believing Christian or person in general, then you have ideas of what you think happens in the next life. I don't assume that. I don't presume that. I do believe something happens. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to look like, what it is. I can call it heaven because I don't have another word for it. And I'm totally perfectly fine with other people not believing that at all. Everybody can believe their own thing so long as what you believe doesn't cause harm to other people. And the way I practice, it doesn't cause harm to other people. I know there are other people who have, in the past especially, practiced Christianity and Catholicism and other beliefs that a whole lot of people got hurt. But I'm just not, that's not how I practice. So there you go. And I know there are other religions in the world where there are certain members of that religion who absolutely practice very mean, they're killing people, etc. By the same token, there are people who practice that exact same religion, and they are the most peaceful, loving people you will probably ever meet. So there's always two sides to every coin. As it comes to would you rather here, I personally, if I had to pick one of the two, die right now and that's it, lights out, no going, or live forever until I'm the very last person, but presumably move on to the afterlife, that's where I'm going. So that was a very long answer. And it turns out 86% of the people who respond would also rather live forever until the end of the universe rather than dying right now with no afterlife. That actually energizes my spirit and my good thoughts and my good feeling about people in general, at least people who play Would You Rather. So there you go. I don't know. All right, here we go. Would you rather stick your cut up hand into a bowl of vinegar or eat 3 worms alive? Actually, I wouldn't have a problem eating 3 worms alive. If you have seen that, either on TV or in videos, there's actually a pretty, I don't want to say easy, because wrapping your brain around the fact that you're about to eat 3 worms is probably the biggest obstacle. The actual eating them, this doesn't say you have to chew them. This just says you have to eat them. So you can open your mouth and open your gullet, right, and get your throat in such a way that you could actually just plop them right in. They just slide right down. You'd have no idea. I mean, really, other than maybe some weird taste on the back of your tongue. But there are ways that you could eat worms. People do it lots and lots of ways, lots and lots of times. I would rather eat 3 worms than stick my cut up hand into a bowl of vinegar that's going to sting and everything else. Now, it doesn't say how long I have to do that, but I'd rather just go ahead and eat the 3 worms. That'd be fine. Thank you very much. Again, almost an even split here, 47-53. Most people, though, would rather eat the worms. I'm with you. All right, here we go. Okay, so last one here. Would you rather be mortal on an immortal planet or be immortal on a mortal planet? And this says you would have family and close friends in either one. So you either die on a planet where no one else dies, or you never die on a planet where everybody dies. All right. So ultimately, the real question when it comes down to it is, would you rather die, i.e. be mortal, or would you rather never die, i.e. be immortal? I personally would never want to be immortal. I don't care to live that long. I don't care to live forever. I don't know. I believe that humans have a life expectancy. Now, granted, that life expectancy has expanded over the history of time as medicine, what have you, and I'm sure maybe someday there'll be something that, you can live for 300 years, or I don't want to live for 300 years. There's nothing on this earth I care to see for 300 years. So, think about that. 300 years is actually longer than the United States has been a thing. Okay. No, I don't need that. I would much rather be mortal. My time comes, I pass away quietly into the night, or I go out, wrecking a rocket ship or whatever it is. I mean, hey, if you're going to go and you have a chance to be in a rocket at the time, yeah, it's going to suck. But man, think about that. Other people get to say, man, I can't believe he's gone. He died in a rocket. Hello? In a rocket. Yeah. I'd rather be mortal. Now, if it's something stupid, if I get hit by a bus or something, anyway, we're going to do that. Wow. Most people would rather be immortal on a mortal planet. More power to you. Well, there you go. That is Would You Rather here on David and Ark. Thank you guys so much for watching. I want to know, as always, what are your thoughts, opinions? What would you rather in any of these? Let me know down in the comment section below. I love reading your thoughts and kind of watching you go through the thought process. But even when it's just the straight up answers, I don't know. I think it's cool. I love the fact that you guys like to respond and share your ideas on what happens here on Would You Rather. So thank you so much. Remember to leave any questions, problems, suggestions, horror stories down in the comment section below. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. Special thanks to War Heroes Gaming and Gamer Gall. I apologize to you guys that I've not been saying your name in video. I promise to work on that. But thank you so much for your support on Patreon. If anyone else would like to support, you don't have to, of course, but if you'd like to, patreon.com/davidinark. Thank you, and we'll see you next time on Would You Rather.